Hello everybody, we're jumping straight into the action, right off the airship and into Bevelle to rescue Una. These enemies are literally no hassle at all. Rare steal of purifying salt though. But again, the rifle guys just do a single shot, the flamethrower guy does an AoE fire damage attack. So if we had Una's Null Blaze, we'd have nothing to worry about here. But again, just swapping everybody in to make sure they get a turn. Trying to steal there, but no luck. Again, the music is just great here at this part. There's actually a unique little trick if we were still trying to get overdrives for Tidus. The programming for these particular enemies, the Yevon people, they have a thing where they generate double overdrive. So if you have something like Slayer, which gives you like, say 20% overdrive fill per enemy killed, you'll get double that basically, and it's only for these type of enemies for whatever reason. So very useful way to get a couple of extra overdrives on Tidus if you're still working towards Blitz Ace, but we've already gotten that. These Machina guys, it's really important you don't leave them to last, because if they get a turn which they're probably going to get now, they use a thing called thrust kick, which will literally eject a party member out of the battle. And in hindsight, you can lance at them to get a thrust kick for Kimahri, but we'll get that later on in the series, don't worry about that. But that is technically the first opportunity where you can collect that Lancet overdrive for Kimahri. And again, just moving people around the sphere grid. Wakka's continuing along Orin's path, getting really bulky, and now Riki's going to be kind of moving forward in Lulu's grid, kind of in tandem with Lulu. Just going to be getting 4s in magic and magic defense, so like we're going to just see her stats skyrocket. So as you can see there, Rox's overdrive just shot up to full. And now we can see Wakka's SOS Null Blaze and Null Shock activate. So since he's hit orange HP, he'll have Null Shock and Null Blaze forever. So those are quite handy little abilities to have. The regular steal from these guys is 2 high potions, as you saw. So it's either high potions or purifying salts. Once again, Orin just being the absolute heavy hitter that he is, you know, doing all of the damage. What's going to be really cool going forward to this very last leg of the sphere grid is the fact that Lulu's MP nodes will be plus 40, so she's going to be getting like 40 for every MP node she activates, which is great. And yeah, these guys, while there, don't actually trigger a battle, so it is no use. But yeah, if I just remembered, I should have just used Lancet on the Machina guy there. But again, there's no way you can kind of miss them. There's ways of getting them like at any point in the game, except for one. There's one that's particularly difficult if you do miss the Lancet ability, but there's no need to worry. We get it a bit later on. But what's a bit frustrating actually in terms of the story is the fact that we won't get to the airship for a good little while now. Like, the kind of in-lore reasoning, I suppose, is the fact that like when they flew into Bevelle, it took like heavy artillery fire and damage and stuff, so they need to kind of retreat, repair, and then kind of come collect the party later. So unfortunately we won't be in the airship for a good bit of our journey into the future. But I suppose just in case it wasn't obvious, that's the reason why there's a bit of a gap there. And yeah, so like these different spheres of you can learn like cheer, threaten, provoke, one of the special abilities, pray if I wanted to. Like basically what I want to save that special sphere for is probably double cast for our magic users. It's going to be really awesome if we can get that. Double cast basically being the ability to cast 2 black magic spells in the same turn, which is quite awesome. Now here is where things get a little bit interesting, because that gutter person is basically further back out of range. So even though we're going to be doing like energy rain, it'll actually only hit kind of the front line. And I'm a bit annoyed that like it doesn't take this into consideration for like other types of fights. And there you see kind of the overdrive glitch in action there. It like gave them the amount, and then once they died again it like doubled, or gave it to it a second time. So there's that. I honestly didn't expect Orange to KO the monster in one turn, so it wasn't a very good Unity run there. But these Machina have a rare drop of Mega Phoenixes, so basically after a little bit of story I'm going to be grinding out and trying to get up to 30 Mega Phoenixes, but I'm going to stay quiet for the drama.
You would play at marriage just for a chance to send me? Your resolve is admirable. All the more fitting to be my lovely wife.
Stop! Do you not value your friends' lives? Your actions determine their fate. Protect them, or throw them away. The choice is yours.
You are wise.
am sorry, but it is for Yevon.
Aren't those weapons forbidden by Yevon?
There are exceptions.
No! Throw down your weapons. Let them go. Or else. Leave now, please.
You're coming with us.
Don't worry. Go.
This is foolish. If you fall, you'll die.
Don't worry. I can fly. Believe.
What was that?
An all-bed flash bomb!
Let me go! I'm gonna kill that Seymour!
I find it fascinating that that little scene showed a save sphere.
Join up with her later.
You can't go backwards. You can't save there. It's really weird.
Where'd Uni go?
But in the next screen over, make sure you get... this is another completely missable Bhed Primer. It's only available in this next screen over.
It's too quiet. A trap?
Who cares? Yuna's waiting for us!
So yeah, like you can't go back. You can't go see that save sphere. So why there's even a save sphere in like the little cutscene, I'll never know. You can actually click the button and like just get the little machina machine to like auto run you down the stairs. But
Hey, don't look at
we
me.
can do the cardio. But yeah, the true face of Yevon, all the machina in their inner sanctums and stuff. They do betray their own teachings, Orin.
Another machina? Man.
So yeah, in this very next hallway,
They betray their own.
you'll see behind Waka, beside Orin, there's the book there.
They treated us like dirt.
Very easy to miss, so do not miss it. And you might remember earlier on, I was kind of saying it's really harsh on Shiva because she's kind of like a bit of a forgotten Aeon.
To the trial.
Oh, but we're getting zombie attack. We used our level 4 key sphere for that. But amazingly worth it. Amazingly worth it. It's a really, really good status condition. If you can apply it, you just use zombie, cast a life spell or Phoenix down, and instantly dead. So really, really useful. But yeah, we picked up the So as you can see, we have all the Bhed primers collected now. And now we're going to run in. Well, first we're going to save, and then we're going to enter the Cloister of Trials for Bevelle. But as I was saying earlier, it's like, you know, you kind of had Yuna get Shiva, and then escape Makalania, and then Yuna immediately leaves the party, and then she's going to have a new Aeon by the time we collect her from the Bevelle Cloister. So Shiva's kind of you know, made a bit obsolete because we get like an awesome Aeon at the end of this. But this is all holograms and a bit like the direction puzzle in Pokemon. You just press X to change direction while you're on the path. The one good thing about this cloister is that you cannot miss the destruction sphere. You specifically need to solve the destruction sphere puzzle to complete this trial. So you collect that Bevelle sphere, you go backwards on this glyph here, and then go into the left hand direction then, and place that sphere in that socket. The big trick is that the pedestal needs a Bevelle sphere in it in order to enter the holographic area on your little pedestal. So you need to have a Bevelle sphere in there, or the pedestal won't work and you can't progress throughout the rest of the trial. But now that you've activated that area, you can now go down the little hill here and choose to go forward, to go down more, left, or back the way you came. And now the trick with this one is that it kind of fires you down quicker to try and bamboozle you. But basically beyond that little area is the destruction sphere we need, but we need another sphere in order to activate it, and herein lies one of the problems. So you put the Bevelle sphere in, you get your holographic walkway, but if the pedestal has no Bevelle sphere in it, it can't go back onto the hologram. So we're going to need to take it out of the pedestal, or the recess in the wall there, and then put it back in our little platform and put it back onto the hologram. But how Yuna finished this whole thing so quickly before got here is quite mad. And it's basically showing you that if you happen to fall off the edge, there's no big deal, you'll just be warped back to this area of the platform. And basically, if you go down, get a fun camera angle turn, but down here is where you find your other Bevelle sphere, which you will need to then push back get to the area we were at before, and then put it into the recess to activate the hologram, and then we have to find another sphere to then put in its place. But the trick is to like when you what spheres to hold, what spheres to put back into the pedestal, because you can only hold one, and you kind of obviously need to have a recess to put the one in. So it's all about sphere management for this one, and there's no way to miss the destruction sphere. But there is an extra prize if you are just really clever with how you collect and keep all your different spheres. But I mean, yeah, I didn't even get to talk about the fact that, like, yes, Seymour is alive. He is like an unsent. He's just a zombie boy. Now Yuna's husband. I mean, they were officially married at gunpoint by the Pope of the religion, basically. So, like, I guess that's legally binding. But yeah, we probably haven't seen the last of Seymour, basically. Like, we're gonna see more of Seymour, I guess. But yeah, he's alive. Like, what a twist. But yeah, we just need to go back down to that lower level and then place the sphere down into the area with the hologram, get that activated, go back and collect another sphere. Which is not down here. Down here is for a bit later. Basically, the destruction sphere is what allows us to turn up that diagonal to finish the temple. So we can't go that way until we get the destruction sphere activated. So that's why we will never miss it. Because, spoiler, we're never returning to the Cloister of Trials. This is a one and done, people. Granted, we've done a one and done of all the Cloisters of Trials because we will not need to go back for the destruction treasures. But what is handy about doing that is that it slows you down to get this turn a bit easier. But the problem is, I shouldn't collect this because I need the Bevelle sphere. This is just where it comes down to, like, sphere management. I can't place the glyph sphere anywhere on the last platform because it needs a Bevelle sphere, and so realistically I should have just gone straight down to the end, put the Bevelle sphere in. So that was my bad. Just make sure to come straight down after you get the second Bevelle sphere, drop the Bevelle sphere in there, the platform will be activated, and then you'll be able to just collect the glyph sphere from earlier, pop down then with the glyph sphere, collect the destruction sphere, and all will be well. But yeah, it's literally like, none of the Cloisters of Trials are hard, but this is the most, like, frustrating one because you're at the behest of these angry little direction changey things, and you can, like, just miss the turn and not be able to get down at all. So it's tricky. So just turn in here, drop the Bevelle sphere, which will activate the hologram, and then we just have to go back, collect the glyph sphere, drop that in, drop the destruction sphere, and then what's most important is come back again to collect the Bevelle sphere that is sitting in this recess. So there is a lot of back and forth, but I mean, hopefully you can just follow this video and skip the bits you don't need to skip, or you don't need to see repeated. But I mean, is it a Roxas plays a Final Fantasy X game if I don't constantly miss and do badly the Cloisters of Trials? Take the glyph sphere, go back to the end of the corridor, collect the destruction sphere and put the destruction sphere back in this area, and then go back again to collect the second Bevelle sphere. That's basically the rotation. So not too tricky, just incredibly frustrating if you are unable to, if you keep missing the like turns. Which, I don't know if you caught the little edit cut, but I definitely missed the turn quite a lot. It was embarrassing, so embarrassing that I literally cut them out. And with the placing of the destruction sphere, you'll notice that the glyph that just turned us around from the diagonal now has a diagonal turn thanks to the destruction sphere's influence. Push the pedestal, go back the way we came, and then stop off just before we go careening off the edge to collect the second Bevelle sphere to get a special reward when we get to the top of the cloister. So this is one of the only temples that has two temple rewards. One counts as the destruction sphere, the other is basically just a little bonus for, you know, being clever with keeping an extra Bevelle sphere handy and not just going straight for the top. So down here, the place where we went before, and it just turned us back around, but now that we have the destruction sphere in, it'll tilt us up to that diagonal, which is great. And that's basically the Cloister of Trials finished. When you get teleported up to the top floor, there's this treasure chest that will have the destruction sphere treasure chest like sound and symbol. So it'll say that it's like that you have received a destruction sphere treasure from here, but you're then able to teleport the pedestal. And you see, this is the problem. If you only had one Bevelle sphere, you could take out the Bevelle sphere from the pedestal, but unless it has a second Bevelle sphere, you can't push it onto the hologram. But HP sphere, the little symbol for to say this is a destruction sphere chest opened. But since we have a Bevelle sphere extra, we can push it onto the hologram and collect a really powerful physical weapon for Kimari, the Knight's Lance. And then we're just brought back, and now we get to see some interesting cutscenes. The only thing I wish it had, I wished it was a 4-slot item that had piercing as well. But still, tons of extra strength bonuses there, which is quite awesome.
Inside, maybe? Then what are we standing here for? Hey! You can stuff your taboos!
Yeah, like at this point, and yeah, like Kimari's an absolute stan. At this point, it's like, why do we respect anything that the temple has to, or the Church of Yevon has to say at this point? They've literally abducted Yuna, married her at gunpoint, threatened to kill us on numerous occasions, so we're going to just go get our girl.
What's that?
A faith. They join with the summoner, and together receive the Aeon. They are human souls, imprisoned in stone by ancient Yevon rites. The dead should be allowed to rest.
Yuna!
To the eagle-eyed observers among you, that spirit, that faith we saw, was the same little boy at the very, very start of episode 1 in Zanarkand, telling us that it begins, that we won't be able to go out with those girls that night. So interesting how they're connected.
There's the last of them. You are to stand trial.
I expect it will be a fair trial.
Of course it will.
The High Court of Yevon is now in session. The sacred officers of this court seek nothing but absolute truth in Yevon's name. To those on trial, believe in Yevon and speak only the truth.
Maester Kelk Ronso.
Summoner Yuna, you have sworn to protect the people of Yevon, true?
Yes.
Then consider. You have inflicted dire injury upon Maester Seymour Guado, conspired with the Bhed and joined in their insurrection. These These are traitorous and unforgivable crimes that disturb the order of Yevon. Tell this court what possessed you to participate in such violence.
Your Grace. The real traitor is Maester Seymour. He killed his father Jiskel with his own hands.
What is this?
Hadn't you heard?
Not only that, Maester Seymour is already dead.
It is a summoner's sacred duty to send the souls of the departed to the far plane. Yuna was only doing her job as a summoner.
Grand Maester Micah, please send Seymour now.
Send the unsent to where they belong?
Yes. Maester?
Send the dead? You would have to send me too.
What? Grand Maester Micah is a wise leader. Even in death, he is invaluable to Spira.
Enlightened rule by the dead is preferable to the misguided failures of the living.
Life is but a passing dream, but the death that follows is eternal.
Men die, beasts die, trees die, even continents perish. Only the power of death truly commands in Spira. Resisting its power is futile.
But what of sin? I am a summoner, my lord, like my father before me. I am on a pilgrimage to stop the death that sin brings. Are you telling me that too is futile? Grand Maester Micah, I am not alone. All the people who have opposed sin, their battles, their sacrifices, were they all in vain?
Not in vain. No matter how many summoners give their lives, sin cannot be truly defeated. Their rebirth cannot be stopped. Yet the courage of those who fight gives the people hope. There is nothing futile in the life and death of a summoner.
Never futile, but never ending.
Indeed, that is the essence of Yevon.
Lord Micah.
Yevon is embodied by eternal, unchanging continuity, summoner.
No. That can't be right.
Those who question these truths, they are traitors.
Lord Micah!
Get me out of here! I want out now! You hear me?
You waste your breath.
Man, I hope Yuna's okay.
Quite a dramatic few bits of revelations there. It's been revelation after revelation after revelation, to be honest.
What? So she can die? Why is it everything in Spira seems to revolve around people dying?
the spiral of death.
Huh?
Summoners challenge the bringer of death, sin, and die doing so. Guardians give their lives to protect their summoner. The Faith are the souls of the dead. Even the maesters of Yevon are unsent. Spira is full of death. Only sin is reborn, and then only to bring more death. It is a cycle of death, spiraling endlessly.
Come out. Your sentence has been decided.
Sentence? Don't you mean execution?
Really now, what person would execute a dear friend?
You would.
Looks like you're next.
Next for what?
So conveniently, the three swimmer characters have been sent to the water section to drown,
Floating down there.
and everybody else is in the Via Purifico. The Way of Purification. And, surprise, we get to play as Yuna.
What's our sentence?
Think they expect us to give up and die down here?
Ugh, well, that's a lame way to kill someone.
Where's Uni?
I don't know.
Wonder if we should wait for her.
Let's wait at the exit.
If there is an exit.
How fares the ransom, Maester?
It seems my father's murder troubles him.
Ever the ransom. Hard-headed, hardly usable.
However, the summoner Yuna, daughter to High Summoner Braska, she may be of some use to us alive.
She has disturbed the order of Yevon. She cannot be allowed to live.
I understand.
Let it go, Seymour. No one thrown into the Via Purifico has ever survived.
Yet there is always a small chance that they might. Place guards at the exit. Kill any who emerge.
Sir, leave that to me.
Oh, first your father, now your bride.
Allow me to do this because she is my bride.
Wait, I will go too.
You do not trust me?
Would you trust a man who murdered his father?
Very well, as you wish.
Lady Yuna, forgive me.
This music is just so gorgeous, but this is where we're going to have to end things for today. But an absolutely explosive bit of narrative there. So, all of the high powers of the church are undead. They're all going to kill us now because we know the truth. Crazy vibes. We're just gonna have to continue the pilgrimage while being against Yevon. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly run and hit save. We're playing as Yuna. Yay! Talk to you guys soon. And thank you guys for watching.